today, from Austin, Texas, it's Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Austin Desperados taking on the Oklahoma City Bisons.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today it's Week 4 and we've got what should be a great one here between the Oklahoma City Bison and the Austin Desperados. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are. Boards fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
Throwing to start the drive. Cobb. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. On second down, Minor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. And this offense back to needing 10 yards after the false start. 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Cobb. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Bryant. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 12 yards on 3rd down as the drive rolls on.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Minor. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 18 carries, 103 yards, and a touchdown.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be coming into a game, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts of the season. I would expect that there's more from him on the way after that type of a game, and I know his teammates and coaches, they feel exactly the same way.
An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play and move on.
On third down, Minor. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Minor. He fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. 2nd down. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Bryant. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Throwing on 1st down. Cobb firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. On 2nd down now. Minor, nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On 1st down, Cobb. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. To throw on 2nd down, Cobb. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Cobb. Flushed out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the 1st quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Operating from the gun, Cobb. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Throwing on 3rd and long. Cobb. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. From the right hash, this from 33. And his kick here is good. And the opening drive of the game yields 3. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And able to get this out to the 25. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And a look here now at their fourth-year quarterback.
You know what I did in pregame? I made sure I touched him as he went by. I want a little bit of what he's got.
The golden arm from last week.
Oh, how much fun was that to watch that game tape, all right? The number of touchdowns, what was that, 5 last week?
Yeah.
But 0 interceptions. So you think he's due to throw a pick? But I'm betting that he continues the streak in this game.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The numbers for him from a week ago: 16 carries, 85 yards.
And those numbers have both he and his blockers motivated this week. They saw that yardage total climbing, but stopped short of 100. Every one of them this week to help him reach the century mark.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Richardson looking to throw this. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Third and long for Richardson. Under pressure, they got him again. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. They'll make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively. And not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood. Oh, that was a pretty route right there, because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Looking to throw. Cobb. Pressure comes and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Back to throw. Cobb. Quick hitter here. It's complete. So the completion good for 7 there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Looking to throw. Cobb. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Bryant. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a fourth down.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. 1st and 10, it's Richardson. He finds his man, complete. That's McKinney. There, Richardson back to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Richardson shotgun on 3rd down. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defense had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. That's pulled in at the 32. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. Boston's offense ready to go again. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. On 1st and 10, Cobb. And he's got his man on the out route. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Cobb. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. On 1st down, Minor. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Off play action. Cobb. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Mark this play, clip this play for the route running reel we're going to show at the end of the year. That was excellent. Sold the curl, showed his numbers back to the quarterback. The defender bit, and he was gone.
And the ball was thrown just at the right time as well.
Set, ready, left, 95.
Back to throw. Cobb. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. He tried to get away, but to no avail, and an absolute killer there. A 12-yard loss on 1st and goal.
That I'm struggling to understand a little bit. That close to the goal line, 1st down, run the football. If you want to throw it, throw some play action on 2nd down.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now a handoff up the middle. Minor. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. His pass caught at the 4. 10 yards gets him closer, but now it's 4th and goal.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
And for the second time this half, on comes the field goal unit here. On the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And his kick is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0.
So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
The OKC offense ready to set up shop again.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Off play action, Richardson.
He finds his man, complete. That's Banks. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start.
On 3rd down, here's Richardson.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. 3 yards to go on 2nd down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. They go play action with Richardson.
Steps away to his left. Over the middle, complete. It's Banks. And he'll go deep, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
Love the play call that time. Love the design. You put 3 tight ends on the field. That screams jumbo set, running formation to a defense, right? No, they go play action, and defense gets confused for just a split second. And next thing you know, completion for good yardage.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Richardson to the air on 1st down.
Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Hands it off out of the gun.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. On 1st down, Richardson being chased out left. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, it's Richardson to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. That's McKinney. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Forced out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll go as nearly a loss of 10 on 1st and goal, so a disaster there. It goes as a 9-yard loss on the sack. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors they have to look at to try and help out. But you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. Richardson now on 3rd and goal. He finds his man complete. It's McKinney. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 5 seconds to go in the 1st half. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far here in the 2nd quarter. A good gain on first has them set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Looking to throw. Cobb. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. Throwing on 1st down. Cobb. Wide open receiver complete. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll start with a good one in the NFC. Dallas heading east to take on Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. And it's the Cowboys who are out in front. The Cowboys trying to hold on and claim victory. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the 2nd half? Now, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And down to the 36-yard line here.
And this defense going to bring out a couple extra DBs here on 3rd and a yard.
Up the middle they go. Reese. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that will tie things up at 6-6.
That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
To throw on 2nd down. Cobb. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a 1st down. Now a handoff up the middle. Minor. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Off the play fake. Cobb. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. From the gun on 3rd down. Cobb.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Up the middle they go. Minor. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. to throw. Cobb. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Looking to throw. Cobb. Looking left sideline. It's complete. Touchdown. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Desperados have taken the lead.
Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Extra point right down the middle, and they will take a 7-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because nowadays in this NFL, you're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high-powered. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Richardson looking to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Stiff-armed him. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something, because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Cobb. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
To throw on third down, Cobb. He finds his man, complete. That's Bryant. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 25 yards that time.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
On first down, Cobb. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
On second down, Minor. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. On first and 10, Cobb. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it's second down. Back to throw. Cobb.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
On third down, Cobb. And incomplete here to bring up fourth down as the rookie couldn't haul it in. And this one is right through. And that one makes this a 10-point game at 16-6.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change, because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick, but instead it's third down.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. So they bring out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Powering forward. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42.
And they will take over first and 10. Austin's offense ready to go again.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. 60 red. 60 red.
Off play action. Cobb. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
To throw on 3rd down. Cobb. And this is going to be incomplete. And on now is the punter, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. 1st and 10. Richardson looks to throw it.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. Here's Richardson to throw.
Escaping the pressure right. He finds his man complete. It's Banks. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. This offense so far on 3rd down, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. He finds his man complete. It's McKinney. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Again, it's Richardson.
He finds his man complete. That's McKinney. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain.
Richardson.
And he's got his big tight end here. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49.
1st and 10. Here's Richardson with it.
And a quick throw here. That's complete.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
You cannot write these guys off just yet. Not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Now Richardson.
Completes this one to Meredith.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Now it's Richardson.
And he will find his man on the outside.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down.
Now a handoff up the middle. Rees. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Bisons have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, Speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was finished off by the 14-yard touchdown run. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Looking to throw. Cobb. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll just get rid of it. And they'll send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Richardson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Richardson now on 2nd down.
And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Richardson out of the shotgun.
Gets it to Meredith, complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down.
2nd down. Here's Richardson.
Under pressure, and down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw. Richardson. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
Austin's offense ready to go again.
A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario Get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Up the middle they go. Minor. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a third down.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Looking to throw. Cobb. And he's got his favorite target yet again. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Minor. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call a timeout on defense with 1:53 left. On second down now. Minor. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Back to throw. Cobb. This pass complete to Reynolds. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Here we go. 52 blue.
Up the middle they go. Minor. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for the home team here, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for Oklahoma City, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.